So let's look at another question we can create. Now we're looking at likely questions that, or likely question formats that we will have in our exams and our tests. Now I'll pick another test question, and this time around, it's going to be an equation. So for equations, we're going to use maths. Now I want to try and recreate the question we have here, this question here. Let me see which one we can recreate. Uh, Let me recreate. Okay, let's try and recreate this question. Question 4. I want to try and recreate question 4, and let's view it. Let's see the preview for the question for question 4. Now this has been shuffled. Question 4. Now we're trying to recreate this. Simplify x squared minus 4, and with our options. So we're entering simplify. That's the question. Simplify. The question is simplify. Simplify what? Simplify x squared minus 4. We have an open bracket. We have x, type x, and the square, space out, minus, and type 4. As simple as that. This x squared minus 4, and OK. So the question is simplify x squared minus 4, and we have a couple of answers. Now these are our answers. These are the options we have. Now what I've done is I've copied the same options and put them. Okay, let's create the first one. 2x minus 1 into x plus 2. So option 1, 2x minus 1 into x plus 2. 2x minus 1 into x plus 2. Okay, there's something I didn't do here. There's something I didn't do. So I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Let me delete it. There's something I didn't do. It's a choice question. It's a choice question that is also a math question. Good. Now we're simplifying. Simplify. Now the question in brackets, x squared minus 4, and OK. Now what's the first option? Now anytime we have an equation, the system automatically gives us suggestion of options that we want to add. Now it's saying add all, so I don't want to add all this 4, and so I can have, like I said, let's create the first one. Let's create this 2x minus 1 into x plus 2. We'll create the first one. 2x minus 1. We have 2x minus 1. Just type this manually. Come out of the brackets. Open another bracket into x plus 2. Type manually x plus 2. So that is the first question, and we click out. Now for option 2, we can add options, and add options. Now what I've done is I've taken this same thing. We have 2x minus 1 into x plus 2. The option here, if you click on ABC, it gives you the text format of this same question. Now this is the text format of the same question. So just to save time, the same way, I've written the other options in my notepad here. So I'm taking the other 3 out, copy them as text, copy, and paste here. Just Control V. Let me see what it has done. I think it has done it wrongly. So it has taken everything in one place. It has taken everything in one place. So what I had was the first part. Let me copy it out. I had the first 2, Control X. Then the second part. I also have the next 2, Control X, and the last part. Now, what I've just done is I've just done shortcuts instead of typing everything manually one after the other. So I've taken everything one by one and take this is correct answer. Is this correct answer? No, that's not the correct answer. What's the correct answer? The correct answer is x plus 1, sorry, x plus 2, x minus 2. So we take x plus 2, x minus 2. This is the correct answer. And we also allotted the uh, 1 mark. It's a single choice question required. And are we shuffling it? Yeah, let's shuffle the options. We shuffle the options. Shuffle options. So that's it. Simplify this. Simplify this. Now, let's do a second type of equation question. So I'll add a question. The second type I want to create is, let me show us here. The second type of equation question we would like to create. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it. Okay, is this. Now, it's a kind of question where the student has to enter the answer. So let's take this question as an example. Let's take this question as an example. Let's look at it the way it is and try to recreate it. Try to recreate it. Want to recreate this question. 4x squared over 7 minus 3x over 5. So 4x squared over 7. Now it's a text question, just a text. Now if you look down, it's giving me question ideas because I just finished an equation question. So it's giving me idea of questions. But I don't want to follow this idea, so I pick my own question. Text. So what's my question again? My question is 4x squared over 7 minus 3x over 5. So 4x squared over 7, that's simplify. Simplify. 4x squared. The question is 4x squared over 7. Is it in brackets? Let's look at it again. Is it in brackets? Okay. It's not in brackets. 4x squared over 7 minus 3x over 5. So we have an equation, a fraction, 4x squared over 7. These are fraction sign. So put a fraction, 4x and x squared. We come down, type 7. This 4x squared over 7. We're done with that. Now, the same way we use our Microsoft equation editor, if you're familiar with that, then you can use this. So get to understand Microsoft's equation editor. You understand how to use this. So 4x squared over 7 minus 3x over 5. Now minus 3x over 5, another fraction, 3x at the top, 5 below, 5 below, space out, plus cube root of 21, that's in brackets, plus open brackets, cube root of 21. We use this. So put 3, and inside we have 21. What else? Cube root of 21 times 6 ln 2x, close brackets, times 6 ln 2x times for times use asterisk. Asterisk will give you a times 6 ln 2x, close brackets. So 6 ln 2x, close brackets, equals 0. So let's say equals 0. Now these are question, and we say okay. Now I don't know what this answer is, but whatever the answer is will have to be typed in manually. Whatever the answer is has to be typed in manually for the student. So what the student is, or the student is to provide the answer rather. So let's say our answer Let's just assume that our answer is 2x, or let's say 2x squared root 3, for instance. So we add the answer 2x squared. Our answer is 2x squared, let's say root 3, minus root 3, and okay. Now, the student needs to enter his answer correctly as 2x squared minus root 3 for the computer to accept it as correct, or use minus root 3 plus 2x squared. I believe we get it. Minus root 3 plus minus root 3. I've not come out of there, so I come out plus 2x squared. 2x raised to power 2. Where's our power? This squared. So let's see. So this and this is the same. We're just changing the order. So any students who writes this or this, the system accepts it as correct and scores the student 1 point. So we're done with this question. Then we move to another question. Now, what other question can we look at? What other question? I think we've exhausted the possible kind of questions we can have. Now, this is an order kind of question. This is an order kind of question where you can ask to arrange numbers in ascending order. So most likely we will not have that, but even if we do that, we can select it. Can write ranking. Ranking. Now arrange the months in order. That's the question. Arrange the month in the right order. We don't need the subtitle, so we remove the subtitle. We remove the subtitle from here. Just come here and untick subtitle, so there's no subtitle. The question is straight on. Arrange the months in the right order. So if the first order is January, let's say June, February, December, and let's say April. Now, for this kind of question, there is no there is no auto there is no auto marking for this kind of question. So you don't need, you can see there's no option to select the right answer. We don't have any option to select the right answer here. So we can't select the right answer. So this kind of option needs your own, needs the lecturer to modify, to grade the response. So it's not auto graded. This question will not be auto graded. We require the lecturer to come to responses later and grade the response. So we'll leave it as this and move to the next one. So far so good. We've created, let's see, we've created 8 questions in all. And those 8 questions will look like this to the students. This is how they see the questions. This is how the students see the question. Now, the same way we uploaded the picture of a roach here, you can upload whatever diagram, whatever image that you need your students to answer questions on for each of the questions that you need them. So after this section, we'll look at setting up or setting the timing for our tests or exams.